Okay, hey everybody. We are live, Rose. We're live.
Yay, fun. So fun. Thank you.
Yes. First of all, I want to say thank you for giving up a half an hour on a Friday evening to come into the group and talk to the ladies about your business, about what it is that you're doing. And I'm going to be honest with you, this was not something that was planned out. I put a post in the group on Wednesday and I was like, who's getting results in their business? What are guys are doing during COVID 19 to get
Right.
results? And I got a couple of comments, and that's how this was birthed. So I have a lineup, including yourself, of fabulous women that have come before you and are going to come after you. And I was like, who would be willing on a Friday night for a half an hour to come on and talk to the women in the group? And I tell you, it was divine intervention, because when I said that, there was a notification that came up from your group, like
Right.
you were writing something.
Who knows what it is?
I was like, Rose is good. Okay, so further ado. So everyone, I want you to meet Rose Miller, correct?
Wow.
Do
Yes,
you meet
Rose
her?
Miller.
Okay, do
Right,
you,
correct.
okay, okay.
So
So
I'm Rose
Rose,
on Facebook. Many times people are like Rose Prendergast Miller, but I
right,
think I kept my maiden name, just so that what is Facebook for is to connect, right?
right.
And so, I mean, I went to a very small high school, but it's um, Miller's just like John Smith. So Prendergast adds a different interest.
Yeah, and I did the same thing. That's why mine is Felicia Spivey Shankin,
Right.
because a lot of people from my high school look for me, because I grew up in New York, so I'm not a Philadelphian. So a lot of people look for me and they won't know me by Felicia Shankin.
Right.
So that's why I left the Felicia Spivey Shankin. But anyway, I want to welcome you, Rose. I want to thank you
Thank
for
you.
wanting to be a part of this fabulous series. Rose knows where it goes. I'll let her explain all about that. And again, thank you for supporting me. We are becoming great friends. It's all about connections. It's all about relationships. There's not too many people you can call on a Thursday and say, hey, listen, I need somebody. Are you available on Friday?
I think it's important to keep just identifying. It's not hard to connect on social media and how people represent themselves, right? But I
Right.
think the biggest piece is showing up as much as it is not just always thinking of yourself, but almost celebrating all of us, right? And returning and investing on the others as well.
Yes, exactly. I couldn't agree more. We're like minds. We are like minds. So, Rose, know where it goes. Tell us about this Rose, know where it goes. What is that all about?
So Rose Knows Where It Goes is a professional home organizing and home staging company. And my degree is in teaching, and I believe that my job essentially is helping people create sustainable solutions in their lives, but most importantly, the editing piece. So having a life only filled with what we love and find resourceful is a very crucial component to all of it. Because, I mean, the biggest root of clutter is the procrastinated decision on what to do with it. And I think more times than not, we're surrounded by so much other people's information, right? And I do believe that the biggest thief of joy is comparison. So needing and knowing how to compartmentalize all of the internal and external clutter. So my company from beginning to end can help you prepare your home for the market and
Mm-hmm.
empty your house. So
Yes.
um, I think it's just honestly, it has to do a lot about purpose. What is the purpose? And the bottom line my whole belief system has to do with it. Life is the masterpiece. It's not the stuff. So it's really important to edit often and ruthlessly and frequently.
Yeah, I know. I love, first of all, I love your energy.
Oh,
There's not too many groups on Facebook that I am a part of. Actually, I had to take myself out of a lot of them, because I just feel, what's the sense in being in a group and you're not
right,
participating? It's
right.
just you're a body there, right? But there are a couple groups that I do go in and I participate in, and yours is one of them. I've seen, you're welcome. I've seen your group grow. You're over 1,000 now, and you only started the group how long ago?
So I right at the beginning of the coronavirus, I was just having a day myself, and I reached out to all of, I'm a senior downsizing specialist, is one of my favorite titles, actually. So I was just, you know what, it's just, this all really is awful. It's awful, right? I think I was just having a day, and one of my coping skills is to fix and reach out, and I reached out to all of my seniors. I reached out to anybody who lived alone. And because I just think that gratitude is the cure for most that ails us. And I think when sometimes you're in a crisis mode, you have to look at the privileged perspective of how to get out of your funk. So I spent the day reaching out to everybody, and across the board, no matter what their social standing was, no matter the level of success, no matter the age even, everybody was scared. Everybody was lonely. And so I just thought, like, I think I wholeheartedly wanted to create a platform for people to connect, promote one another, and create a group where people can share their businesses. So I think in a time when you're in a crisis, it's very crucial to have the platform to show up. Because you need a business card. How you leave your footprint is how you leave somebody feeling. So you, Felicia, have left me feeling so wonderful. You are so invested in what feels right to you, right? And I mean, I think part of that is that you're a born caregiver. You came from the healthcare field. You're a nurse, correct?
Yes.
So you have this wisdom and knowledge, and I think that part of how I live my life is I live my life the way I want my obituary written. I live from the end. And I think that I connect with people who do similar things. And I think that the rent we pay to live here on this beautiful earth is to never miss the opportunity to lift as we climb and share our abundance. And it's very important to keep, you could use the word tribe, but it is just the truth. Like, I have my friend Candace, and I have all of these people in my life that I'm not sure sometimes what I would ever do without, because they know how to show up.
Yes. And that is so important. Now, you said to me that I'm helping you get out your comfort zone by doing this.
Right.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that, because you're all over media, you're all over TV. So how am I helping you get out of your comfort zone by doing this?
Well, I think, I love doing TV segments. I love doing TV segments. And I mentioned Candace Yeager earlier. She's a human potential expert. She's this wonderful woman, and she's like, you need to do more lives. You need to do this. And I kept joking. I'm like, I just want to go back to what I'm good at. I want to go back to helping my clients. It's not building my website. It's not doing Canva. It's not even actually parenting and homeschooling. Like, I mean, I feel like I'm a good parent. My degree is in teaching, but like, I feel like I needed more stimuli, right? Like, this whole Rona party is a lot. And it's scary, and you do really want to respect the process, and I don't want to pass it to anybody, and I don't want to expose myself, so then I'm less of a viable for my clients when I am ready to get back into action. So I mean, the virtual consultations are wonderful and helpful, but when it comes down to it, most of my work when I work with a client comes from the physicality, the one-on-one, the hand-holding. And I think in any business, it's not that someone doesn't know how to do something. A lot of it has to do with sometimes people just need a hand to hold, a heart that understands, and ears to listen.
Yes, yes. And that's one of the reasons why I love your group, because you're so inspirational, and you're a little edgy too. Because I think you'll put stuff in your group I won't.
I'll tap into some things, because I mean, where I actually posted some things and I deleted it, because I think that the first thing, and we talked about this yesterday, the first thing that will divide anybody is religion and politics.
Right.
And I think that there has to be a balance of, I mean, words shape our world. And if we don't use them wisely, they will crumble our world.
Right.
So I think that, like we discussed yesterday, even that I feel like I could, even if we didn't agree on something, we could have an emotionally intelligent conversation based around, all right, that's fine. We're not on the same page, and that's okay. Right. So, I mean, And I don't think you really have to agree with everybody, but when it comes down to what is happening in our country currently, I feel like it's almost ignorant not to bring some things up.
Right.
It depends what platform you want to do that on. So, I mean, it's a lot right now. And I think that if you're smart and you have words, it's, I mean, I posted something on Instagram by a man that I highly regard and admire in all the work that he does. And, I don't know. I don't even want to get into all that, but I just think it's so important to if your likes go down by 4, that's what happened. I don't need those 4 likes.
Right.
Because it's not about right and left. It's not about Republican and Democrat. At a certain point, it's just right and wrong. That's it.
Exactly. And for the people that was not on the conversation yesterday, Rose and I was on the phone for about, I don't know, I guess maybe 40 minutes, give or take. And we were just talking, and, we were talking about the things that are happening. Of course, that racism is huge in this country, not to get into that platform, but we were just talking about it's okay to have differences, and it's okay to say, I don't agree what it is that you're saying without biting your head or unfriending you or not being a friend. That's what makes us all different. It's boring. God made us all to be different. It's boring for all of us to be the same. And we just had a great conversation, and I was real with you. You were real with me. We told each other how we felt. I was even open and honest to let you know that yesterday I literally had a meltdown.
Right.
And, and after I had the meltdown, I felt so much better. But, sometimes that is what we need. So moving on to some lighter things, what are you doing in your business and in your group to motivate people to help them with their business during this time?
Well, I mean, so I think what I have been doing a lot of is that I have reached out to so many businesses that I love, and I just keep telling everybody to share their information on the group. The group is called the Community of Rose Knows Where It Goes. So Rose Knows Where It Goes is my business. Originally, it was organized with Rose, and Rose Knows Where It Goes was a tagline. But early on in my business, everybody kept saying, oh, you have to hire Rose Knows Where It Goes. So it stuck. But I think that the Community of Rose Knows Where It Goes, I think if we always stick to the intention of why we do something, it's a good platform to always fall back on, right? Like I created my business so I could show up more in my life as a mom. So, like if I don't say yes to an opportunity, I'm not supposed to, because I should be where I want to be, right? So the Community of Rose Knows Where It Goes turned into, I feel like it's a really good time to share our wisdoms, to share what we have to offer. And, there's a guy who makes amazing scones and jellies, and he's, people have bought from him, or just the local stores in my community or in Philadelphia that I love, or wherever, right? It's really important to for people to be able to showcase and connect and monetize, and or hey, now we're open. I remember this store. I remember, for other people to connect and just, I think it's really important to have a mindset shift of I'm not stuck at home. I'm safe at home. And then also it's just as important to grow what you go through and turn your wounds into wisdom. So I think that, loving the awful things that have happened to you in your life as much as the good things, right? And becoming our best self. We talked about that a lot yesterday in our conversation, just, becoming who we are. And being authentic. And I think the group page, I do this Wednesday wellness check-in that actually happened Thursday this week, but whatever.
That's okay. Hey, it happened.
Everybody checked in still. And I think, like, for a few weeks, how long I've been doing these Wednesday wellness check-ins, I'm not sure how long this is even at this point, but, I've reached out to so many people that I've just had conversations with. I don't even really know them, but I feel like now I do. And I, whether it was a phone call that just made someone feel so much better, it didn't take but a half hour to just let someone talk through their stuff.
Right. Right. Which is so important. And, now you mentioned mindset, and I like that. How important is mindset in business?
I think mindset is crucial in business, in life, in every regard. The bottom line is you need to have a strong sense of worth. It's we I say this all the time. It is never hard to sell something you love and something you believe in, right? But the strong sense of worth is a crucial component and mindset shift of that into every regard of your life, right? Even when it comes to stuff, whether I'm editing somebody's wardrobe or decluttering and downsizing someone's house, nothing on your shelf or nothing on your body will make you feel beautiful unless you already believe that you are.
That is so true.
So, mindset shift to everything is crucial. Knowing your privileged perspective to get out of the situation you may be in is also important. So, I created a whole mindset shift right at the beginning of the pandemic, because I was just listening to all of these just amazing people that I admire. It was Sherry Gregg was posting all of these wonderful interviews, and Denise, and I don't know, just so many people I follow and I'm friends with.
Right.
And their topics were vast and big and large. And but I believe like it really just has to do with the mindset shift of, I'm not stuck at home. I'm safe at home.
That is so true. That is so true.
Yeah.
What would you say was some of the contributions to your success?
I think just having my husband was a big piece of that, just being able to manage I say that we're the CEOs and CFOs of our homes, right? If you were to break down your life into a company, everybody has to play their part. And so John playing that part on my corporate company side of my family, because I always say my family is my masterpiece. So I also think that engagement was, everybody's wondering how many I got so many media spots. It came from Instagram. It came from posts. It came from, just somebody recognizing before and after pictures or just the content I'm putting out, but also my investment in, liking their stuff and checking in with them. But I think the biggest piece is self-worth, believing in yourself. And, even when you start your business, I was charging way not enough. Right. So like, I think the fun part about the business is like, I mentioned the website earlier, right? Like the website's not my thing, and where I keep it, it's like, I think you don't have the endless funds to hire someone to do everything.
Right.
So creating, like, growing upon how I learned so much about social media or any of it. And then, my degree is in teaching. So I think, yours is in nursing. We don't have to stay in this traditional thing of what we thought we would be.
Right.
And, I feel like no degree is ever lost. So going to college, if you have that opportunity, is wonderful. But I also just think staying on purpose is very important. Staying clear to your convictions, to your why and what you're doing, and really believing in it, and staying confident of what you're trying to sell.
I love that. I love that. I love that you said that you got a lot of your recognition from being on Instagram.
Right.
So who was the first media person to reach out to you from your Instagram post?
Well, very early on, I had Alicia Vitarelli reach out to me, and then it just, didn't work out right away. And then I had Jen Fred from Fox 29, who was so phenomenal. And we did multiple segments together. And she's like, "Girl, let's do a segment." And it was a playroom that I worked on, and it was a playroom that needed a lot of love and strategies and compartmentalized storage. And life can get really busy, so it's hard to keep up on keeping things in order, right? So she's like, "Let's do a segment." A lot of my work, my visuals to my work is really transforming. So the before and afters. And so I had this amazing opportunity with Jen Fred multiple times. I've Karen Hepp, I've done a few. Then I also organized Sue Cicero's desk. That was so fun in the studio. And then many of them are with Alicia from ABC, Alicia Vitarelli. I love her.
I do too. I do too.
I love her like a sister. I mean, and she just reaches out to me and we just stay in touch organically, checking in as humans. And then I had a wonderful opportunity with Jim Donovan, and we did a clothing drive. I do drives all the time, and this particular one was for Career Wardrobe. And I had so many people donate. Tracy Davison, so many. Yuki Washington gave us, Gray Hall, so many awesome donations that Career Wardrobe benefited from. And then I was just going back and forth with Yuki there for a bit, and he's like, and then I talked to Jim Donovan, and Jim Donovan, I said, let's do a piece. I go, I don't need it to, it's not about showcasing what I do. I think it's that so many wonderful people donated beautiful items, and I think it's a good opportunity to showcase Career Wardrobe. So I think it's, people are looking for content. And if you're coming from an authentic place, it
follows you. It follows you.
Here's the bottom line: if you stay on purpose, purpose stays with you, right? If you're kind and authentic and fueled by love, lack of mediocrity will only create more of that. So I think when we spoke about mindset shift, it is crucial. It is a crucial component.
Yes, it is a crucial component. And I like the fact you mentioned Career Wardrobe. They're down the street from me. I love them.
They're now taking clothing again.
Are they?
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know.
And another foundation I love, my friend Rhonda is a founder of, it's called Men's Fit. And Men's Fit, so many of these foundations, as all of us small businesses and anybody have been so hammered, especially by this, right? Like where I feel like I had such an amazing year, and I prepared 16 homes for the market in February. I'm thankful to God that I had these opportunities that really fed me during all of this, right? That kept my family afloat, and the opportunities that I had previous to all of this.
Right.
But I think I think everybody has to do what they can with what they have. So, like Men's Fit is a foundation that I love wholeheartily, and they do so much work. And when we do look at this crisis that's around us, and one thing that this has done, this coronavirus has done, you and I know what social injustice is. Many people do. Many people who volunteer all the time know how awful this world actually is for many. And I think that, when I was frustrated and overwhelmed with, I remember my last time I put makeup on was, when I got my pictures done recently, but was the TV segment with Alicia. And this was all just happening. And I was thinking, I'm like, oh my God, if the kids are going to lose school, they're going to be out of school Friday. And then the world just stopped, and we were out of school, and we were out of everything. We were out of, life has been robbed for many.
Yes.
But I think that it's robbed from many all the time. So when I was frustrated and overwhelmed, I shift my mindset immediately into gratitude. Gratitude is the cure for most that ails us every single time. We have a computer in our house. My boys are able to do social distancing. I didn't have to worry about, there's so many children that depend on this food and the school to feed their family, So even in every 5-step system or 10-step or 16-step system I create, or any presentation that I do, and how I approach my clients to their stuff, when I have a mom or a parent or somebody that's overwhelmed with the amount of laundry they do, or all the carpooling they do, or, you don't even need to have children. But if you look at it with gratitude that you have a washer and a dryer, sheets, clean sheets, a bed, and clothing to put on your body. So many people don't have the same opportunity. So looking at all your daily mundane tasks and your life to stuff, that gratitude is the cure.
That is so true. You know, and I like that you said that, because the people that do know me, who are friends with me on Facebook and maybe in the group too, I am very spiritually grounded.
Right.
And a lot of things I go out on faith. This series was on faith. I put this together in like a day. And I just, you know, it's about building relationships, having relationship, building relationships with people like yourself and the women that are coming to do this series, to be able to call and say, hey, listen, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do in the group. Are you willing to help me? And to have you say to me, Felicia, I love you. And of course, I'll support you in anything you want.
I did. It's exactly what I said.
It's exactly what you said. Which I love. But we're going to be wrapping up because I want to be respectful of your time. I know your family's waiting for you, and us, and, you know, my husband's waiting for me at some point. He's so used to me doing.
I mean, they're really not waiting for me. I'm just glad they're quiet and I'm not like, shut up.
Well, I told you, I said, if you have to yell at them, hey, this is what makes it real. This is not perfect.
Oh my God. You only get real for me. I mean, I'm like texting you. I'm like, because I was thinking I would do it outside. I feel like many times what we're all doing right now is hiding. We're hiding from people. Like, it's a lot of together time, right? And what I said is, like, we are all being sifted into purpose.
Yes.
So, like, we are being forced into looking at what we love the most. Like, if you, how I can best compare it, or to give you a visual, is if you put powdered sugar into a sifter, only the best pieces will fall out.
That's right.
So I feel like across the world, we're all being forced onto holding tight to what that actually is.
That is so true. That is so true. And I think that this COVID-19 has really been an awakening and a wake-up call for a lot of people. And I hope that the time that everyone has been given, that they had the chance to sit and reevaluate their life, work on themselves, whatever it is that they needed to do to bring them to the point that where they needed to be, whether it was in their business, in their personal life, with their family, whatever. So, I just tell people, for me, it's been a blessing for me.
Right. Yeah. And I think that, you know, we're all forced into being home. So it's the opportunity to really edit the world around you, because now you have 5 seconds to look around your home and be like, oh my God, I need to fix this. I need to do that. Like our screened-in porch, you know, we had the doors falling off the hinges. It's after the winter, of course, but it was like, you know, we were able to fix a lot of things, and I was able to just put more stuff in my garden and plant and, you know, like fix just, you know, but not all of us. The three things that are very hard when it comes to the world around us. Sometimes it's the act of getting started, staying focused, and being still on the decisions we have to make for this stuff. It's very hard for people to let go, but it's crucial to do so.
That is so true. So, Rose, my darling, you and I can sit and we could talk for the rest of the evening. But I want you to let people know how they can get in contact with you. And everyone, please make sure you reach out and connect with her. She is fabulous. So she's doing some wonderful things in her group. The energy is awesome. I always say like attracts like. And I think that's why you and I connected. And I am looking so forward to you and I continuing and deepening our relationship.
Right. And in person. And I would say, so the group page is called, or the group, it's a page, it's a group, but the community of Rose Knows Where It Goes. And I do implore everybody to promote their business and connect and engage. You know, on Facebook and Instagram, I'm Rose Knows Where It Goes. My website is roseknowswhereitgoes.com. And anybody that likes my page and follows me on Instagram, I'm honored to follow you back and like and support you as well. So, and then just, you know, my email is roseknowswhereitgoes@gmail.com. I'm happy to help and support anybody. So if you like and follow me on any of my social media, I'm on Twitter as well. I'm just not on it as much, but all of my handles are Rose Knows Where It Goes. And then LinkedIn is Rose Miller. I think, or Rose Prendergast Miller. I'm still really learning LinkedIn. So when you be a master of LinkedIn, I'll be sure to listen.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, guys, you have all her information. Make sure you connect with Rose in the group here, and also in her group. She has over 1,000 people in her group, which means 1,000 more opportunities for you to connect with people and increase your business. Rose, I'm sending virtual hugs.
No, I know. Mwah.
Yes.
Really.
Thank you so much thank you so much on such a short notice to give me a half an hour on a Friday.
Perfect. Fun. It's like we should do a happy hour one night.
Oh, yes. We're going to do that. It'll be a virtual Zoom, but that's another day, and not in front of the group because it could get messy.
Oh, it'd be so fun. The true colors really shine.
Thank you. So anyway, listen, you enjoy the rest of your weekend and continue inspiring and just being a light out there for us all. And like I said, we're going to
due diligence to do so.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So thank you. So I'm going to say good night to everybody. Good night.
Good night. Thanks, everyone.
Yes, this is wrapping up the series this week. So we've had 3 already. And then next week, we finish up on Wednesday. So we have some more phenomenal women coming. Thank you, Rose, again.
Thank you for the opportunity. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Bye-bye.